Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now live the movies and hear the fun.
Greetings, Universal Orlando fans. It's time for the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 70 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. I am your host, Darren. This is, of course, brought to you in association with Mice Chat and sponsored by Heather at BR Guest Destinations. Joining me in a TARDIS from across the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, Lee and Tracy, how you guys doing?
Hello, good, thanks.
Hello, we're fine, thank you.
You're not fine.
Well, no, I'm pretending a bit, but I've got lurgy.
The lurgy.
Yeah.
The lurgy.
The lurgy, it's a very British term.
Oh, wait, hold on. And, of course, from the other side of Florida, Hunter, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well. I'm also a little lurgy.
All right, now somebody tell me what lurgy is.
Just a nasty,
Any
coldy type.
illness that's flu orientated.
Yeah, that gives you temperatures and snot.
Well, then I'm definitely not that.
Right.
Hunter's got the mental lurgy.
Aww.
That's been debatable since the third grade.
I know.
Okay, then.
All right, yeah. We are working on some big changes to the podcast, which are going to be implemented in January 2014. But we're going to be trying some things out here and there. And with that said, let us move on to a live report from the parks with our good friend Jessie Smith.
Hey guys, Jessie here. So I am at Universal today. I haven't been for so long. I've been working Halloween Horror Nights, so I've been here, but I haven't been able to come and explore and enjoy the park. So here's the construction behind me. Construction workers. Hello, darlings. All the construction, you can see it. It's taking shape. I cannot wait for it to open. Then we'll be able to get butterbeer in both parks. I love looks that I get in public. Today, we saw the Green Goblin a few times. I haven't seen him for a long time, and it was nice to get to catch up with him. We went on Men in Black, and I went on Transformers for the 20th time, which is amazing. I was recognized at Transformers again. I know a lot of the workers here now. What else have we done? We did Harry Potter. We went on the ride, Forbidden Journey. We got stuck on the ride. It was awesome. I was stuck right before the last Dementor with the light on his face. Man, I love the looks that I get when I vlog. I'm completely okay with this. I don't really care. Nah. What else have we done today? Hello, darlings. So, I think that's really all we've done. Yeah? I've been stalking the Green Goblin a lot today. Just part of who I am. So, yeah, that's my little update. Diagon Alley is looking great. You can see, there's windows and stuff and, things that go into a building, So that is my quick little update / video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.
Yeah, that was actually a video Jessie sent us.
Yeah.
Let me chime in. I think it's pretty interesting that in the background of the old discarded Jaws area, I Want You Back as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you literally just hear him, oh, baby, give me one more chance.
Yeah.
That they should animate Bruce to that song. So he just flips up and starts singing it.
We'll go back and when this comes out, I'll put that video Jessie sent us up on the YouTube channel as well. So if you want to go and check it out and see, the funny looks that she was actually getting off people.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it.
Definitely more visual.
YouTube.com/UUO podcast. There you go.
Okay.
So what's new? What's going on?
I don't know. I was going to ask you that, Lee.
Quite a lot going on at Universal, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Tons. In fact, there's tons going on, considering it's like nearly Christmas. There's still tons and tons coming out. I know I noticed the other day when I was nosing around the old Tinderweb that it's quite interesting with what's been going on lately with touring plans and stuff. But Universal they've just set up their own online vacation planner.
Cool.
I don't know if you've had a look at it.
I haven't a chance now.
It's to help guests plan their Universal vacations, but they've done it in a fun and interactive way. I mean, reading the blurb on there, it says the vacation planner can be accessed by clicking the, in air quotes, the Plan Your Visit tab. And they've come up with this babble stuff. It's watch, customise and browse. That sounds fun and exciting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So basically they've got
Browse.
Emily Kaufman, the travel mom. Anybody aware of?
No.
No?
No.
Mm-hmm.
She's got some videos on there and stuff, so you can go and watch, you know, the attractions and the dining options and the special events and the perks of staying at the hotels and stuff like that. So that's your watch part.
Uh-huh.
And then your customise options where, you know, you can create and book your own personalised adventures. So, you can book, like, your hotels, and they'll give you your best ticket options, and they'll show you all your best attractions and stuff to visit and all that sort of stuff. And and give you like all the social media stuff to follow Universal on as well.
Uh-huh.
And then the browse portion of it, it'll also give you a sample of adventures which allow guests to browse recommendations based on the type of vacation that they're looking for.
Okay.
So what you should do is go on here, see what they recommend, and do the exact opposite, because a bunch of people are going to be following this touring plan.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
So just do it in reverse, and you should be all right.
It's a good way of like getting people in, because the Universal's website's never been the best.
No.
Yeah.
Their
It shows
social
at the start-
media.
I was going to say, it showed at the starting to embrace social media.
Well, their
then.
social media's been
Iffy.
poor
Yes.
for a long time, and actually I'd noticed on their Twitter's been retweeting and interacting a lot more at Universal All, because they actually retweeted a post that Eric had tagged us in. I think Eric he posted a picture of Diagon Alley or something. Not Diagon Alley, I think it was the Wizarding World, like the castle, and tagged us in it, and Universal actually retweeted that, because I was like, oh, Universal have just retweeted us. It wasn't technically us, but but
Retweeted a tweet you were mentioned in.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good enough. We're getting there.
that is good enough for me, to be quite honest.
Moving on up in the world.
So,
2.5 years of trying to get them to mention us
Yeah.
at some point. I'll settle for
bit of
that.
recognition. I suppose and really this tool is probably aimed at your first-time visitors who
Yeah.
don't really have a clue where to start.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have
Just a way
play
to
around with
engage
that and-
on the website with people.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're starting to integrate a bit more social media then.
Absolutely.
Do you feel this
Yeah.
is going to be more of a tool for those visitors who don't really use like the theme park planning guides and things like that?
Yeah, I think people who are only going down for a couple of days or whatever, rather than like a big, huge vacation like we did.
Yeah, and it's their way to edge into it a little bit, just like Disney's doing with their magic bands and everything. They're basically making their, park planning websites that, have been developed to do that obsolete
Yeah.
by
and,
planning your vacation for you. So
and doing it through them rather than going elsewhere.
exactly, it just allows them a real easy way to manage the flow through the park. So
Yeah. It's funny, actually. I was having a conversation with somebody who we know from Disney talking about magic bands, and I said I hated the idea of it, and he was like, well, I think Universal will have their own in the next few years.
yeah.
I agree.
I think, I'm just saying, if it makes everything smoother, then I'm all for it. If
Oh,
it
yeah.
makes all the wait time shorter and everything, and not have to worry and stress about where you're going to go next and fit everything in, if you know for sure you're going to fit everything in, hey, it's good with me.
But
So do you feel if they do adopt that sort of system, are they going to incorporate Express Pass into that?
Probably.
I think if they're going down the Disney route, they'll have to.
That's giving up a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they're already doing it with the hotels, except for Cabana Bay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's a different situation because Disney FastPass is free. All they're doing is adding it onto that. Whereas, like Darren said, like Darren's pointing at that Universal charge for it, and then to
Well,
give
maybe
you
it's
that for
maybe it's an additional extra then. You buy it, it gets added onto your
Oh yeah, true.
band.
I suppose you could do, yeah. And then I suppose it doesn't really change that much, does it? Just means they can. I don't know. I've
tell you-
heard so
no.
much about Magic Bands and FastPass Plus. It scares me.
I'll tell you what I've
Yeah.
just thought of, and I think would be a really good idea. You know, some parents let the kids go off by themselves. They're older kids, not the little toddlers or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then there's always that worry that, you know, they're going to go and spend all the money in one go and everything. To be able to charge each band with a limited amount of money on it.
Yeah.
So they can go and if they need a drink, they can buy a drink or an ice cream.
I think you can do that on Magic Bands.
I don't
actually.
know.
I think
That'd be,
so.
Yeah, but can you limit it? I know you can have
Yeah,
a
I
credit
think you
card
can.
attached to it. I know you can do that, but if you could have like a charge card type thing, if you know what I mean.
I think you can only make purchases up to a certain amount on them anyway.
Right.
Like it's not a lot.
Okay.
$20 or $30. I know it's not a lot.
Okay.
Admittedly, I don't think much of us know much about the Magic Band system,
No.
though, do we?
I've heard quite a lot about it, but it's still in test and adjust. So what you might have heard 2 months ago isn't necessarily how it's working now.
Yeah.
But we spoke to a couple when we were over there, and it was kind of like they loved it. Yeah, I've heard other people slate it. So
But that's the same with everything. Horses for courses, as I say.
yeah, I don't like the idea of it. I'll be honest.
Have we exhausted that one? Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okie dokie. Has anybody heard about these Harry Potter postage stamps?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, have you seen them?
I have seen them.
Yeah. Yeah, they were unveiled last Tuesday by Ivana Lynch, who, of course, is Luna Lovegood. Bill Davis was also there, and Warner Bros. Consumer Products President Brad Glob. That's quite a name. And yeah, it was unveiled at the Wizarding World, which I think is pretty appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's cool that
There's-
even something as small as like a set of postage stamps that's still drawing
it a
attention
big
to the
thing.
Wizarding World. Yeah,
I'd love to have a
Yeah.
set of these. There's 20 of them.
we've got
Yeah.
some, haven't we? We've got some stamps. You bought me some UK issue.
Yeah,
ones.
I've got the UK issue ones. But yeah, we haven't got these 20. And there's, I'm assuming, 20 different images from the films based on J.K. Rowling's books.
No, they're from the. I think they're based on the movies actually.
That's what I've just said.
Oh, sorry, you said the books.
No, images
Based on the films
from the films
that were
based
based
on the books.
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
I zoned
Hunter.
out.
Toadie never listens to me. Husbands, who'd have them? Like
I
dogs
assure
and
you.
kids. Yeah, anyway, the Postal Service is going to be producing 5 million of these 20 stamp booklets. That doesn't seem like an awful lot.
5 million.
Do you know how many people live in the States?
That's still a lot. When you're talking limited edition, 5 million is a lot.
Yeah.
It is for this country.
It is for any country.
Anyway, they will be initially available at 3,100 post offices around the country. That'll be the US,
Bleh.
not the UK, I'm afraid, or any other country. Buy 4 at 800, stamp 24 free. And also online at ups.com/stamps. And also on ebay.com/stamps.
Which is weird. eBay?
That's .com. Works different to the .co.uk.
eBay?
Yeah. You can get anything on eBay.
Yeah, but you don't expect limited edition first stamps at the price they are. You expect them in maybe 3 months' time
At
for
3
five
times,
times
yeah.
the price they were.
Yeah, and you do have to know that you have to allow a couple extra days for shipping using these stamps because they are actually delivered by owl. When you use them.
Awesome.
But it's pretty
I
cool
think
for the
it-
holidays.
I just think it's really kind of clever and cute that they had Luna Lovegood unveil the
Yeah.
the stamp collection.
I think that's brilliant. So, Hunter, you said you've seen them. What have
I've
we
seen
got?
images online. I haven't seen them in person.
No. What have you seen?
I can actually send you guys the picture real quick.
I think I've
I
seen
have it
one.
saved.
It was like, wasn't it Harry and Fawkes? I think one of the ones I've seen, or it might have been Buckbeak.
It was a few days ago. I'm pulling them back up real quick.
Yeah, but to be fair, you guys had a lot of time in advance to make your own Harry Potter stamps. and you never got around to it. So.
Oh no, same. We've got some. Tracy got.
Oh, okay.
They released some over here maybe 10 years ago, and a proper, like a limited edition run. I've got them upstairs because Tracy got me them for my birthday or Christmas or something. I'll have to dig them out actually, and I'll put a picture on Facebook of them.
Cool.
I actually just did a search for it, and the first result are the Harry Potter stamps un-American, as posted by
I've
CNN.
just got that. Yeah.
Yeah. America.
Well, actually,
I like the little Lovegood one.
Talking about the Wizarding World, I saw online the other day, I think it was thrillgeek.com, that some new permits have been discovered saying that there are going to be new projectors put into the Forbidden Journey,
Right.
as well as The Simpsons.
Okay.
I'll be honest,
Those are both good things.
they both need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That is the one thing about Forbidden Journey is like even when it first opened, like the screen and experience was really cool and all, but the screens just seemed like dim.
very.
Yeah, so
It's like watching like the 3D films when you put the glasses on
right. Yeah,
without it being
Oh,
3D.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, hopefully that improves that. It gives a little bit more brightness.
I'm all for that.
Because I don't think it detracts from the ride, but it is quite dark.
Yeah.
And The
Yeah.
Simpsons is awful. Like really great.
Yeah.
Those
Isn't that
cars
part of
need refurbing. Jesus, we stood in
Yeah.
that pre-show room at The Simpsons. It
The
sounded like there was an
noises.
earthquake going on.
Like
Yeah.
the disaster.
Have you heard?
It needed
them?
some oil.
It was bad.
Oh, the vibrations were horrendous,
It
weren't they?
didn't sound good at all. It's like, and I'm getting in that. I don't
Maybe
think
they
so.
purposefully themed them that way. Isn't the whole attraction supposed to feel cheap?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that'll be it.
I need this to rumble and make people uncomfortable. How can
Yeah.
we do that?
It was like
I've never
brown noise,
thought
wasn't it,
about
in the
it that
Holden
way.
area?
Yeah. I never thought about it that way. But yeah, there's some good. I think that's good. It's going to be good. It's good that they're putting money back into the
Yeah.
the
The existing.
so-called older attractions.
Yeah.
It just gives me hope because I was recently reading a pretty interesting article about Forbidden Journey and the supposed enhancements that are going to come to the other versions of that. So it makes me feel like Orlando still, the original flagship attraction can get boosted up with all those upgrades as well.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think they'll need to be. I think that's probably why they're doing it, because Diagon Alley is going to be so mind-blowing that they need the Hogsmeade to be up to that standard.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's
Yeah.
only like 4 years old.
It's had a lot of traffic.
That's had a hell of a lot of traffic in those 4 years.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But, there's tons going on at the moment. I still, like I say, I can't believe, you're getting close to Christmas. If Halloween's finished, we're now into the holidays and stuff. So you've got all that to look forward to.
Holidays. My favourite. Hint.
I know.
What have we got coming up? Grinchmas Holiday Spectacular.
Yes.
Yes, with the live stage show. Can I just say, absolutely nothing to do with the show, but I have just bought myself a Grinch necklace. It's really cool. I'm going to have to put a photo on the Facebook page. Sorry.
It is rather cool.
So yes, I'm going to quickly run through the Islands of Adventure Holiday event. Of course, as we know, the centrepiece of this fantastic celebration is the heartwarming live show which stars my second husband, the Grinch. There is music by Mannheim Steamroller, as we all know. You've got the characters who are on stage and off. Who's from Whoville stroll through Zeus Landing. Ready to interact, spread good cheer, maybe even share some Who Beast. Who knows? I wonder if they actually have eggnog in their cups on their
don't know.
hats.
They
I
have
need
proper
to know.
noses, though, don't they?
Well, they do have noses, otherwise how would they smell?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, hold on to the best.
Terrible.
Interested in the Grinch reboot.
Of course, you can meet the Grinch himself, but please don't mob him. I need him in one piece. You can get his autograph, and you can shake his hand, maybe. you're more likely to get what do you call that? Where you wiggle your fingers in front of your nose.
I don't know.
Yeah, that thing done. You can have your photograph taken with the mean green one himself. Maybe he won't cover your face up. Maybe he will. Who knows? And it is a kind of one of a kind holiday memento. And this goes on continuously throughout the day, in all the books you can read area of Zeus Landing. Just so you know where to take me. Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of the holidays, I went on and looked at the ticket prices for Florida residents because I saw special deals for Florida residents, and the special deal is $125 for 1 day at 2-park pass.
Is that good?
No.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound it.
On our vacation, I spent when we went up there for the meet, and that was during a busier time of year too. I mean, it was just edging off into the slower times, but it was still, still going pretty heavy.
Yeah,
and that was $120 for 2-day 1-park pass, 1 park each day.
Right.
So I mean, that was $120 for 2 days at 2 separate parks.
And this is what, a 1-day 2-park?
Yeah, and 1 day 1 park is ringing in at, I think, right around $100.
Yeah.
Which is not normal for us. So I remembered why I don't go on the holidays too much.
Yeah, because that's normal ticket price then. You're not getting any discount of that because it's normally, like you say, $100 for just a normal... Like, if I bought a ticket over there, that's how much it would cost me.
Yeah, it is crazy. Of course, you get deals if you stay longer and go for multiple days, but still, that's pretty heavy, so...
Just a bit.
The thing is, they don't need the locals to be going at that time of year. It's going to be heaving anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's very true.
Of course, it just depends. I've gone earlier in December, and I've had the park half filled, but still with all of the holiday stuff going on, just as it would on a fuller capacity day. So
that's good to know, Lee.
It's money first. It's not that easy.
See, no, subtlety is my strong point.
Not.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that video they posted last year of the Grinch running around Seuss Landing?
Yeah.
With the Christmas stuff all up.
No, I didn't see that one.
That was one of the best videos they've ever done. You should
you're going to have to go and find that.
That sounds pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, and did you hear they're going to be kicking off those hula days this year by giving the Humanitarian Award to Florence Henderson? She's going to be in park. And if you don't know who that is, that's Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, I knew the name was familiar.
Everybody's mom.
We didn't really,
yeah.
We were already vaguely
What is
familiar
this
with the Brady
That's out in Hollywood, that though, isn't it,
shut
Darren?
up, child.
What is this Brady Bunch?
That's back when families were happy.
That's out in Hollywood, that though, isn't it, Darren?
Yeah. That is Universal Studios Hollywood.
Yeah.
Of course, the real famous people don't come over here.
No. Of course not.
They get so many more at Hollywood. I'm jealous all the time.
Still, we had John Williams come out and conduct the grand opening of the Wizarding World.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Very true. When we just had John Landis here for Halloween Horror Nights, so I can't complain too much, I guess.
No. And of course, we were there in August.
And then just as well, we had Penn and Teller here last year, right?
Very true.
I know, I was a bit green over that one.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, because I didn't get to see him. But yeah, that's pretty cool. She is the ambassador for City of Hope, which is a charity. They are recognized as a leader worldwide in compassionate patient care, innovative medical science, and translational research, rapidly turning laboratory breakthroughs into promising new therapies.
Ooh.
Sponsored by Skynet.
Imagine a world where butterflies run on batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Carol Brady would be the face of that company. Everything is fine. Listen to Mother.
I looked up the picture to see how this lady looks right now. Imagine her doing the Shaq scene from T2.
There you go.
Okay.
That'd be great. All right. So now with the most exciting news, of, I guess, this week. City Walk is replacing Pasta More. The new establishment is going to be a completely redesigned red oven pizza bakery, serving only hand-tossed pizzas. Oh, go on ahead.
Red oven pizza.
Oven, yeah.
Yes.
That word's oven.
That's why the pizza's $14. It's oven, not oven. No, red oven pizza bakery, serving only hand-tossed pizzas and entree salads. This quick and casual location has an affordable and accessible menu. Salads range from $9 to $11, and pizzas from $12 to $14. When you enter the location, you'll walk up to the register, order your pizza, salad, and drink, then sit down and wait for your food to be taken to you. Servers will refill your drinks or will bring you an adult beverage if you feel so inclined. The outdoor patio dining is comfortable with fans above, so during the hot summer nights, the air won't stop moving.
Very cool. Where did you get that from? Because that sounds like Eric's words.
By the way, I did get this from Eric at the Orlando. That's taken from micechat.com.
Can I just say, I'm giggling my head off. Don't know why. As soon as you said adult beverages, I'm not thinking alcohol. I'm thinking of, as in, not in a sippy cup.
Okay.
Don't ask why I've got image. Oh, it
Would you like the lid?
Yeah, I'm going to live dangerously. I think it's the meds.
Maybe.
Flu meds.
Here, enjoy a live review from Eric.
Hello, everyone. This is Eric coming to you live from Universal Studios Orlando. I am at Red Oven Pizza Bakery, where I am reviewing this incredible, amazing, delicious, fantastical new dining venue at City Walk here in Orlando. Now, I have dined here officially 3 times. It's that good, people. So far, I've had the margarita, I've had the Big Eye pepperoni, and I have had the fennel sausage pizza along with the delicious and incredible caprese salad. But let me just say that you will not find a better pizza here on Universal property. I also dare you to find better pizza here in Orlando. The prices are really decent. They're really great. The service is phenomenal. They actually bring the pizza to your table along with your drinks, and a server will actually come and refill your drink while you eat. The pizzas are, I can't say enough about how delicious they are. The fennel sausage pizza, to me, is the best. It's out of this world. Everything you eat here is going to be delicious. I can't wait for other people to try it and to give me their feedback on what they think. But overall, this is a home run, and you will love it. And you're going to love eating here next time you visit Universal Orlando. Back to you guys.
Jessie's pulling faces of fennel sausage.
Don't like
It's
fennel.
funny. It's funny how much emphasis people are putting on. They come by your table and refill your drinks and bring your food to you, but that doesn't happen in theme parks. You know,
Yeah.
you stand in like miserable lines for for a very long time. Like how long did we wait at Moe's? And you guys waited a considerable shorter time than me. But Moe's and Panda Express that night.
Well, we must
went-
have waited about 10 or 15 minutes, and you were a good 5 minutes or
Yeah.
so after us.
We just got laughed
Yeah.
at in Moors, though, didn't we? 'Cause we didn't know
We
what
didn't
we
have
were
a
doing.
clue what we were doing. That was half the problem with us.
we want a burrito.
Now, have you
Well,
guys had
you
much
know-
dining experience with pizzas in theme parks or Orlando in general?
Yeah, the
I-
crap.
No,
Cracker,
one
yeah,
wasn't.
Tomato sauce on crackers.
Oh, no, cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I will vouch, I haven't tried the new location at City Walk, but Epcot has a really nice pizza restaurant in
Via
their
Napoli.
Italy pavilion.
I have heard Via Napoli, and we did plan it, but then when we looked at the menu for it, there was nothing that really
No.
jumped out at us, but I have heard it's amazing.
But-
It's really, really nice.
I've got to say, though, not on any property. Giordano's.
Yes.
That was really good, the pizza pie. We went there on recommendation, and I recommend that for everybody as well.
But talking about theme parks, like
But
we've
theme
been to
park
Pizza
pizza.
Safari and Animal Kingdom and
Just take the cheese topping off, slap it on the cardboard plate, and eat that instead.
Pizza Planet in
don't
Hollywood
rate them at
Studios, and they
all.
were awful.
It's factory-made generic crap.
I think I'm more upset that Pizza Planet looks nothing like it should.
Yeah.
It's just an abandoned warehouse with Hydro Thunder from '96 shoved in a corner.
That is appropriate. Yeah, I just went back recently, and yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Do you know? I know I've been, but I've blocked it from memory.
It was our first trip.
I know.
I swear every time I'm in Hollywood Studios, I see at least 3 people about my age in the fetal position crying.
Yeah, and as well as they block everything out, block everything off and everything at Disney, so you're only seeing like one experience at a time, and they do that very specifically. Like while you are in Pizza Planet, you look out and you see a giant yard from the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids experience right next to it.
Yeah.
So it's very odd. You can
Spoils
tell
that
that.
illusion.
Yeah, that corner just got thrown in there, like whatever.
I hadn't considered that. I hadn't considered that.
No, it was awful.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a lot of Disney talk tonight.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
house.
Oh, can you guys believe Cabana Bay is opening next year?
Oh, no.
I tell you
Especially, oh yeah,
it hasn't. They haven't taken long to Universal. Like the contractors they must be hiring. They mustn't have families, is all I'll say.
They don't now.
Because with the work they've done on Transformers and Cabana Bay and Diagon Alley, it's just amazing how quickly they've got stuff up.
yeah, it is really impressive. They especially after going to the podcast meet with just in August and seeing the concept photos they had for it, like something that on that grand a scale, it's hard to believe that's going up, in less than a year.
Yeah,
I know.
it's huge as well. I mean,
know.
we drove past it 3 or 4 times when we were there, and it's massive.
I'm looking forward to actually getting in there and having a look around to see what's changed from concept to actual fruition.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Didn't they supposedly say pretty much everything that was previously announced is being carried over?
Yeah, there's always some tweaks, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's always some sort of tweak.
Yeah.
Because there has to be at some point, usually, because they find things don't work when they're building them. But I'm really excited to get in there. I'm hoping I might have a night or two stay there. Want to go and stay with the Grinch?
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Yeah. And if you book now, they're doing a deal for the first people that stay there. Is if you're staying there for 7 nights or more, it's $104 a night, and $134 if you stay for 3 nights. So that's a pretty good deal, and it's for if you stay from March 31st to June 14th. So yeah, this is coming quick.
That's quite cheap
I'm
when you
free.
compare it to the other on sale. I think we paid $240 for a night in the Pacific, the Royal Pacific.
Yeah, but do remember you're not getting the benefit of the Express
No.
Pass here. Just so everybody knows, don't want anybody to be surprised when they get there.
And that's
I think we've debated that if Express Pass is worth now it's an additional $100 on top of the Cabana Bay charge, right?
But it's unlimited, isn't it? If you stay at the Royal Pacific, it's unlimited.
It really depends on what time of year you go, I'm presuming.
Do you not think, though, that they're going for the crowd that doesn't necessarily like to go into theme parks that much? They like to have like an all-inclusive resort. And that's kind of what it is, isn't it? Like a 50s
Oh, yeah, you've got
style.
the bowling alley and the lazy
everything's
river
there.
and stuff. Yeah.
I think that's what it sounds to me. They're going after that family corner of the market where people don't.
At the same time, I don't think Universal has very many visitors that go and don't at least do something in the theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want.
There's not
people
as
to go
much. They're not staying just to go to City Walk.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a few, but
that's where they're going to make their money is you going to the theme park and spending all your money in the theme park. So
But there's also going to be families where it's multi-generational, and grandma and granddad might not want to go into the parks. There might be younger children. It just gives family groups that opportunity to. There's plenty to do within the hotel.
It just
You know what I mean?
concerns me that one of the biggest reasons that people stay on site is that express pass, and when it's not offered at...
yeah, what I consider this is an off-season resort for me. Like at a time when I don't need to buy express passes, this is the place to stay for me.
But then,
if I can't get a group of 3 or 4 friends together to get one hotel room, and uncomfortably stay with 4 people in one hotel room, this is the place I'm going to go stay instead.
But they're aiming it at families, which they're arguably going to be going at the busy times because that's when they're going to have to go.
Yeah, but some people, just can't afford, especially when you're talking about a family, because you're incurring all costs for everybody.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is like having friends stay together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the
because
kids
you
aren't
got to
gonna
look
chip
at
in.
it like I guess, okay, we can stay at one night and get unlimited express pass, or we can go for 2 nights and have 2 days at the park, I guess.
Yeah, it's like that. Do we stay at a crappy generic iDrive hotel,
Or have the
or
experience.
for an extra little bit, do we go and have the Universal experience?
Mm-hmm. With transportation around and everything
Yeah.
like that as
Yeah.
well.
Which I feel Universal has had it much rougher than some of the competition parks because there are so many of those little cheap hotels so close by.
Yeah.
Very well, yeah. And you look at
We've stayed in a
iDrive.
few of them.
Yeah, we've stayed in about 3 of them.
Closed a couple of them down.
I've been in that DoubleTree right across the street, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so's Darren.
No, I stayed at the Holiday Inn.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Which was the one you stayed at when you went for Halloween Horror Nights 2 years ago? I thought that was the DoubleTree, wasn't it?
No, that was I don't know, some suites, Homewood Suites.
All right.
You get in the park.
The one where you
I never
walked to and got soaked on the way through.
Oh, that was Holiday. That was Holiday Inn.
All right.
I was the
Directly
only one
across the
listening,
street.
Hunter.
The DoubleTree, yeah, the DoubleTree and the Holiday Inn are directly across the street from each other. On the other side
Right.
of that street. Yeah. Yep.
Well, you know,
So-
going back to what you guys were talking about previously, Grinchmas has actually been announced for Universal Studios Hollywood again. So a few details about that. Grinchmas is getting kind of a makeover this year with the famous of with the famous curvy tree being moved to the Universal Plaza at the center of the park, where Who's will be caroling, and I believe that word is posing.
It's going to be different over there this year. I know we don't know much about Hollywood, but I suppose with all the construction going on, it's kind of it's going to feel like studios did last year.
Kind of on a tangent, have you guys seen the Despicable Me facade they've put up?
No.
Go, seriously, type that up while I'm doing the news story. It looks incredible.
I know Norm said they're doing the whole street rather than just the facade of the house like they have
Correct.
in Orlando.
There's the full house and the orphanage and a bunch of shops and things like that as well.
Blech.
Just typing that in here. Despicable Me, facade.
I knew he was going to say that.
I said facade, come on.
No, that's all on me. Ooh, look at that.
But yeah, I know Norm when he did his last watching Universal Hollywood, he said that the Orlando one's literally just Gru's house, whereas in Hollywood it is going to be a super silly fun land and the whole street rather than just the front of Gru's house. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
And good that for all they're putting the same ride in, it's still going to be different.
The same but different.
Unlike Transformers, which is literally the same thing, there at least with Despicable Me, they're doing something different. Same but different.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, you got to have those little extra flourishes and changes, or else there's no need to go to the other park.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It might be.
And it
this-
is really cool, as Thomas, was telling me about when we were just having a discussion about that. There's your shout out for the show, Thomas. But yeah, we were talking about that, and he was talking about going to Universal Hollywood and just seeing the small changes, to different things, and how cool that was to, see those. And I'm sure Lynette got all of those pointed out to her.
Well, I bet.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start with that article from the top then. Universal Studios Hollywood has announced details for their annual Grinchmas celebration, which is a departure from the last few years. Grinchmas is getting a makeover this year with the famous curvy tree moved to the Universal Plaza at the center of the park, where the Who's will be caroling and posing for guests with visitors. Now, there are a few changes this year. For instance, they've completely eliminated the evening storytelling and the tree lighting, but they will still be performing on the Whoville set from How the Grinch Stole Christmas on the tram tour. And the Grinch will be rolling Universal Studios Hollywood on the weekends from Thanksgiving to December 15th, and then every day until the new year starts.
Very cool.
That is cool. Just jumping back to the Grinch and Orlando, there is the Grinch and Friends character breakfast. Just need to let people know about that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be awesome.
Anyway, breakfast with the Grinch and Friends. This is through December. So December through 7th through to the 25th, which of course is Christmas Day. They're open Christmas Day?
Yep.
Wow. You can have
365.
you can have breakfast with the Grinch and his friends, or my friends too. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and 10 a.m. are the seating times. Now, if you want to go after Christmas from Boxing Day the 26th through to the 30th, that would be 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and 10 a.m. seatings. An extra one for you there. Who gets up that early the day after Christmas? Not me.
If you want breakfast with a Grinch, you do.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the Grinch walk up to your table and just stomp his foot in your food.
Yeah.
Just like putting his foot up on your table and just stomping.
Why are you
directly in your food.
awake?
Yeah.
Here you go. I met you. Get out of here.
Yeah, that'd be about right. There's also New Year's Eve, December 31st, breakfasts, which will be 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and 10 a.m. if you want to be seated there. Apparently, it is a priceless holiday memory, and you will never forget it. So I'm starting to think you probably will get stomped on by the Grinch. And there's photo opportunity there. This takes place at Circus McGurk's Cafe Stupendous.
Yeah, because it's normally at the Confisco Grill.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they're not doing it there this year,
There's a
actually.
refurb coming up or something. It
Space.
is. Maybe, yeah. And if you would like to make a reservation, you can do that through the guest contact centre, universalorlando.com, guest services, and the dining reservation card at 407-224-7554.
Trying to remember how much it is. I
So-
think it's $24.99
that
for
what it
adults.
is?
It's like $18.99 for kids. It's reasonably cheap.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's not bad at
reasonable.
all.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing as Hunter was mentioning holidays and things like that, I might as well just skip him with this other one as well. Again, in Orlando, the Macy's Holiday Parade. And the dates and times for those, I'll give you those. Are December the 7th through to the 25th, 5 p.m. December 26th through to the 31st is 8 p.m. And January the 1st to the 4th is 5 p.m. So as we know, Macy's Holiday Parade, lots of colourful balloons and floats in the streets. And they come to the park straight from the world-famous Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, which is pretty awesome. They also have marching bands, clowns, and an appearance by the one and only Santa Claus.
Hey!
Yay!
Oh, oh.
Green giant.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's pretty amusing. He was just at my mall yesterday.
he's one busy dude.
Hunter, you own a mall?
I was in a
Yes.
mall.
No, you
Yes.
said your mall. He was at my mall. I didn't know you had one.
Hunter's Mall of Value.
Oh, now listen up.
Best Buy.
Listen up.
It's just an abandoned Kmart that I sell drugs out of.
There is no
I'm
hope.
definitely editing.
Darren, you might be interested in this bit. Special note. This year, guests will be able to participate as balloon handlers. Woohoo! You have previous experience. Yeah.
Yes.
And sign-up locations will be located in the park during the holiday time period. That's brilliant.
They've got a special.
So, yeah, so walk around, look 18 and suspicious, and you have a good chance.
They've got a special balloon this year, haven't they? Like an old. It's one from like years ago,
they?
a hippo one or something. I can't remember what it was. It's like a
Oh.
replica of one from like one of the really early Macy's parades in New York.
Oh,
A
cool.
hippo one. I can't remember what it's called now.
Well, if you want the true Darren experience, you're going to want the Toy Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I was rocking, and he does some pretty awesome tricks. So I would
Cool.
go with the Toy Soldier.
I do need
Universal is actually selling the Darren Schmidt experience now.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I do need to point out though that within the parks there will be no Santa meet and greets. You know, so forewarned, forearmed, you can't be disappointed because you've been told now.
Yeah.
So there you
Oh.
go.
There are 1,000 locations around Orlando where you can see him.
Yes.
But
Yes.
So are they doing the menorah meet and greet then?
what?
Yes.
I'm sorry, a joke that fell flat.
Ba-dum-bum-dum-dum.
It means absolutely nothing. to
Menorah,
me.
Jewish.
All right.
It's the candles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Heathen.
More Christmas stuff going on?
I've still got plenty, but I'm taking over. So has anybody got anything else Christmassy before I finish?
So nothing in particular is going on for Thanksgiving this year?
Turkeys?
Not that I've seen.
No.
Yeah.
Probably doing something over at the hotels they usually do.
Yeah. Hard Rock, I know like all the Hard Rocks around the world do a Thanksgiving dinner, so I'm sure you'll be able to get a pretty decent Thanksgiving dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe there.
Didn't we report on that once, and it was like a $40 buffet or whatever?
I think we did.
Yeah.
And they had like crafts for the kids and stuff. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
Face paintings and stuff.
Yeah. I think that was the first year.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. Wow.
I think they stopped doing that after they realized gravy doesn't count as a face paint.
Oh, Hunter. Anybody else got anything festive?
I haven't.
Well, shall I
said
tell
on the
you
past.
about our favourite purple dinosaurs holiday?
Whatever.
So we have a Barney holiday. A Barney trademark holiday.
TM.
So Barney and his friends have a magical sing-along, clap-along show at a day in the park with Barney. So if you fancy singing along, clapping along, you know where to head. There is also a Blues Brothers holiday show where Jake and Elwood perform festive favourites like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Blue Christmas, and many, many more. And it will snow on Delancey Street at the end of every show. Woohoo!
I love Christmas, you love Christmas, it's a Christmas family.
Anyway, Mannheim Steamroller are also having some concerts. Following the parades on December 7th, 8th, 14th, 15th, 21st and 22nd, my birthday, at 6 p.m, Mannheim Steamroller will be performing. This will obviously be in Orlando, and it's live performances at the
Why
music...
did you need to say?
I don't know, I'm thinking on my
it's in
feet.
Orlando.
What?
Just making sure that people know where it is, so that people don't go to Hollywood and then complain they got the wrong place. Shut
I
up.
thought this was in Jersey.
Shh, you can shut up as well. I'm sick. I'm going to get so mad in a minute. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's a Music Plaza stage. So yeah, if you have holiday plans and you're going to be over there and you want to know a little bit more, visit universalorlando.com/holidays and all the information you need should be there. I am done with Orlando Christmas stuff.
Yes,
Christmas is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll soon be Easter.
Bring on Easter.
We got Mardi Gras before that.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Which is the best event of the year?
Oh, yeah.
I must go to that as well, Lee.
Jesus.
All right, anybody got anything else?
I have, but I can't be bothered.
Okay.
It's not that exciting.
The Barney Holiday Specials music is provided by Metallica. I figured I should add that in.
Okay.
Yes, exit light out of the Echo Tunnel.
Yeah.
I had heard something about 3D hologram theater going in at Universal Japan, but I don't have all the details on that. Does anybody have that?
Not me.
That's in like corresponding with like the big J-pop stuff, right? With virtual performers and things like that.
J-pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of J-pop.
I presume
Japanese
it's
pop.
Japanese pop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Basically, are you guys familiar with like? I'm trying to think. You guys are familiar with the Gorillas, right? From a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
I am.
they
Yes.
would go on tour and they would have kind of like massive 3D projections, and that's how they would perform their show.
Okay. Well, because they're a cartoon
This
band.
is similar to that, yeah, because they're animated characters.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
That's kind of all I know about it.
Okay. Only in Japan.
It's pretty awesome. Actually, that is awesome.
Yeah.
But how
Japan
long
always
is it
gets the cool stuff.
going to be
know.
before people
Godzilla.
don't perform anymore and they'll just be sending holograms out?
True. We got Tupac and Gorillas so far. What's next?
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury, supposedly.
Really?
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit
If,
weird.
Well, yeah.
What, dead
The whole
people?
hologram thing.
Yeah, it's odd.
Well, they were talking about taking Elvis on a full U.S.
You see,
tour.
that is weird.
Yeah.
But he's not even dead.
No, he just went. He just went home.
Yeah.
Tupac isn't either.
No. Apparently not.
He went home as well with Elvis.
Is it Elvis works in the chip shop down the road?
Apparently so. That's just gone over 90% of our American listeners' heads.
I'm sure my age
It's really
as well
interesting,
now.
though, because you're faced with the question: would you actually go see virtual John Lennon perform if you could, or
For a virtual amount of the price, I would.
Yes. Thank
There's
you.
some
You've
virtual money.
Mhm.
I might virtually give you $100.
Yes.
here's
Yeah.
some Monopoly money I found?
Oh, we've got lots of that.
I would go to one of them just to see the technology in
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would die out quick.
Yeah.
So is it not
I
similar
think.
to the Musion technology then?
It is
Yeah.
very similar to the Musion technology, from what I understand.
Forbidden Journey
All right. I'm with you now.
and Disaster.
Uh-huh. Don't forget, I'm trying to think through the fog of snot.
Yes, lovely.
Yes.
The
Hey,
fog
quick
of
question,
snot.
guys.
Yeah.
Do you guys actually think, because I'm of the opinion that Disaster uses that Musion technology better than any other attraction, would you guys agree with that?
It is pretty spectacular, that.
I think it's incredibly convincing there.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do a really
Meanwhile,
good job with it.
honestly, Harry, Ron, and Hermione are a little flat.
Well, other than like interacting with the door opening, there's no interaction with anything. Whereas in Disaster, it does.
Yeah.
But I just mean, as for the projected effect itself,
You
I
mean
feel
how
like
it actually
Christopher
looks?
Walken is much.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for that one. We've got a main segment coming up here.
In a world where the skies are clouded with ADRs, park ticket, and hotel bookings, one hero stands like a beacon of light in the darkness. Heather at Be Our Guest Destinations. She can book all of your Universal Orlando vacation needs, and her service is free to you. And if you're staying on Disney property for some reason, she can also book Universal tickets that include transportation. How awesome is that? She's also an authorized Disney vacation planner, as well as being able to book all cruise lines. So if you're planning on battling Megatron alongside Optimus Prime at the new Transformers ride, or having a Duff Brew in the new Springfield area, or planning even further ahead to visit Harry Potter in Diagon Alley next year, contact Heather at 1-800-796-6240 or via email at heather@destinationsinflorida.com today. And don't forget to tell her that you're repping the UUOP.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, well, so I came up with a premise that I shared with the group, and everybody decided, hey, let's do this. So the premise I came up with is Universal have decided to open a third gate by getting rid of Wet n Wild and a couple other nearby properties to make room, which might happen. We'll see. But there's a problem. All the Universal creative team have gone missing.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Universal has approached the UUOP for help, of course.
I'd just like to say that the creative team are not in my basement.
Yeah. So each one of us individually came up with some ideas for a new park, kind of our own lands in a Islands of Adventure style park. What I specifically asked for is each person come up with 2 new rider show ideas, or one of each, and a food location, compile them together on the show and see how many people would buy a ticket. So let us know after we go through it if you would buy a ticket to our theme park.
Yes, and we will sell them in advance.
They go for $200 a day ticket, one park.
And also,
That's a Florida
we are
resident.
still doing the Darren Schmidt balloon handling experience at this park as well.
Yeah. Can you handle my balloons?
I didn't realise you had any, Darren. You kept them well hidden in
I
August.
was going to say, I'm glad you sent that down and not me.
So radical.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start off with Eric's real quick here.
No, this is going to be bad because everyone's going to go, that was mine.
Oh, yeah.
More editing.
I don't think so. Eric came up with a pretty unique and cool idea here. Eric's idea is the new land, Alien.
Oh,
in
no.
Space. Yeah.
That's mine.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
In space, no one can hear you scream. Based off of Ridley Scott's Alien franchise, you will enter the recently terraformed planet where colonists have begun to go missing. Interact with colonists on this new Earth-like planet and dine in their mess hall with Earth-like dishes that seem like something from Earth, but a bit off. And don't complain to the synthetics, because since the last accident, they have been very sensitive.
It'd have to be cornbread. You would have to have cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
While on the planet, you'll be recruited to join the company's security team to help figure out why colonists have gone missing. I think Lee's going to really like this. New recruits will go through training and will be assigned a team to explore the cave network of the planet.
Oh, man.
And once the cave network of your team of 6 will travel via a moving platform and will be armed with fully automatic weapons. Will you be out alive? Will you be able to fight your way to freedom? Or will you become just another missing colonist?
That's like Men in Black on steroids.
Yeah.
See, Darren was reading it, and I just got this terrible vision of what if they replaced E.T. with an alien-themed attraction.
Awesome.
Well, if it's this one, I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah. You can't have too many shooter attractions for me. I think they have so much re-rideability.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'd have to have an audio animatronic doing the hand knife thing with it. When it gets really fast, like
My
Bishop
jaw's
does.
just on the floor. The amount of detail he's actually got into there. The
Yeah,
proper
in about 6
blurb and
sentences,
spiel,
I've
I'm
wrote
kinda
more
like,
than that. Man's nowhere near.
crap, man, doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as a mix between like actual animatronics and digital projections and digital screens and things like that.
Yeah,
but definitely you need the actual animatronics included in that as well.
But Universal are very good at doing that. When you look at like the Forbidden Journey, the combination of both.
Very true.
Yeah,
So
I'm up
that
for. I would definitely visit that land without a doubt.
yeah. I'm ordering
The
my
mess
tickets
hall
as we
idea
speak.
for the
Yeah.
food location's brilliant.
Yeah,
definitely.
love it.
All right, who wants to go next?
Darren, you're the host. You should. It should be up to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do mine next. Okay, fine, Lee. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna.
When he was doing,
Shut up
I thought he was going
first.
to say ladies
Right,
first.
well, when I originally started out for this, I wanted a land that was... A lot of my concerns with the lands in theme parks at the moment is based on IPs and stuff, whereas something like The Lost Continent has a lasting appeal because it's not based on anything current.
Mm-hmm.
And then completely threw that out the window when I...
When you realize the Lost Continent is the least popular land they've ever made.
It's well, I disagree, but there you go. I originally I was going to do like a Far East type land, and it ended up kind of like The Mummy, so I went to wait for it. So I thought, well, I know, it's something that I thought Darren might have actually done, but it doesn't that way. I went, I didn't get a proper name for it, but basically Ghost Town was what I came up with. No,
it's just, yeah, okay.
So the land would be like street facades from, say, Woodsboro out of Scream and Halloween, and bring back the Bates Motel.
Oh, yeah.
So then you ride, with a ride, a show, and the food. So I went for one of each. And the ride would be something that Universal doesn't have, but Disney have. It's a staple of their parks around the world, and that's a boat ride, a slow-moving boat ride, like a Pirates of the Caribbean style thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've kind of nicked the idea from a discussion Tracy, Darren, and I had for Halloween Horror Nights. I think it was last year or the year before for a haunted house. So basically, like a House of Horrors type thing that they've got out in Hollywood, where it would start off a bit like a great movie ride type thing, where you move through the progression of horror films right back from. Your original Frankenstein's monster and Dracula and the Wolfman, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Phantom of the Opera, and then into Psycho, and then like in your 70s stuff at Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, Rosemary's Baby, Amityville, American Werewolf, because let's be honest, you've got some pretty awesome puppet things you could use there from American Werewolf, but all set in their own little areas. And then obviously, but it starts, my idea, and this was what we came up with before, is that the whole area starts off in black and white, and then as you move through the decades it becomes colour. So even like the 70s and 80s is like grainy technicolor, and then into, you come into modern day, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, Child's Play, and then obviously now with Cabin in the Woods, The Walking Dead, and that type of stuff. But also have live actors like they do out in Hollywood, so people jumping out and doing whatever, and maybe even do something along the ideas of the Great Movie Ride, where you have a guide, and then it switches out like the Great Movie Ride does.
Can I ask?
What?
What he's saying, going through from black and white, would you start off with the silent movies where it's just boards,
Maybe.
nobody speaking,
That
and end
could
up
work.
with 4K HD?
Yeah.
Mm.
then I went down the show option, and I've gone a little bit, not lazy, but I think from a Universal creative point of view is a win-win in both situations. I would bring over the horror makeup show into the third park. So not only bringing you something in there that fits into the land, but also gives you more room out in the studios. But the emphasis on the horror makeup show for me is too much on the comedy and not enough on the makeup.
Yeah.
When you consider how much effort that Universal Creative put into Halloween Horror Nights every year, that's what they should be showcasing in that. You know, they have makeup artists on site every day that are awesome. I mean, we even know a makeup artist who works Halloween Horror Nights every year, and they're amazing.
Oh, they are.
So they need to show more of that stuff. I mean, even why not? Like this year, every year, you could change it up by bringing in your most popular house from Halloween Horror Nights that year and elements from it. So, like one of the puppets from American Werewolf, and one of the guys made up, or show the transformation portion and have that as part of it. So promote Halloween Horror Nights every year, as well as giving people something different to see. So it's
yeah.
And then
so at least something I think that would work well in your land is actually kind of like a Halloween Horror Nights in memoriam, sort of kind of like museum and tribute to all the past years and things like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like an I Love Lucy type thing, but Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
That would be
Definitely
awesome.
And something interactive I was thinking of there is they could do little, say, 30-minute long tutorials for actual park goers to go in and learn how to use makeup to effectively create, say, a black eye or a scar. And people go in and learn how to do it, and then they can go away and have fun themselves.
Yeah, like a VIP tour type thing.
Yeah,
that would
but
be
it's
cool.
also bringing that to the younger generations that could be the future makeup artists that could give those kids that thirst to go into that in the future.
Definitely.
And then
Cool.
my eatery was along the lines of like a fast food boulevard type style, because it works really well and I like it. But so basically just like a food court, but then you have I put 4 to 6 dining areas all themed to an iconic location. And to be honest, when I sat down and started to think, I couldn't actually really think of any. So I came up with like the Boiler Room from Nightmare on Elm Street, Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. Yeah, I'm not even going to... Just that... I put one there, it's really crap, so I'm not even going to mention it. But along those sorts of lines, I couldn't... when I was sat thinking, like maybe even like the cabin from Evil Dead or Cabin in the Woods or something like that. So each dining room would be themed to a specific horror movie. Maybe like
What about eating in a holding tank from Cabin in the Woods?
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Across from an actual monster in the other holding tank across from you that's just slamming on the glass the whole time.
No, the porno theatre from American Werewolf in London.
Oh, there you go. That's appetizing.
Lee, wouldn't it be great if you're in your land, they've actually converted the Bates Motel into like a limited capacity hotel?
Yeah, you see, that would be amazing.
The ultimate
every
on-site
single night?
experience.
That would be
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah,
I tell you what, that would
man.
sell out every night
Yeah.
of the year.
absolutely.
Watch out for Norman.
Just going back to your eatery, you could have tables that are actually coffins, but noises and bangs coming from inside.
That
them.
would be cool. Not a very family-friendly location, I've realised that, but there you go.
Get away.
That's mine anyway.
Cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Alien and we got horror. What was it? What was the
Ghost Town's what I called it. It was pretty
Ghost
rad.
Town? No, that's cool.
We're a really, really family-friendly park at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's continue that on with Hunter.
All right. Mine's not nearly as fleshed out, unfortunately. Some of my ideas have been already addressed, but what I was thinking of is a land and dedication to kind of the cult films in Universal's library.
Okay.
The films that have a huge fan base but necessarily aren't, the big, massive blockbuster hits. So I was sitting down and I was watching some movies for inspiration the other day, and it kind of struck me. I think Hot Fuzz would make a wonderful live-action show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
For the comedy elements and the action elements, I just think that would kind of in the vein of not necessarily Bill and Ted, but, in a Fear Factor live-type setting, but a stage show.
Yeah.
Yarp.
My eye!
Granny coming out with the AK. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like a Wild West
Sponsored-
Stunt Show style thing.
Sponsored by Cornetto.
Yeah.
You could buy them during the performance. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
For that one.
And then if you want to order a beer, you have to say pint. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Kind of rolling off that, this should be no surprise. I kind of feel bad because I'm using 2 films with Edgar Wright prominently featured. As most of you guys know, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is my favorite film.
And you, as soon as you go, when you went where you were going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking this sort of attraction would lend itself quite well to a Revenge of the Mummy sort of type setup, with the initial dark ride and then carrying into the musical themed coaster, if that makes sense. I feel it works well due to how video game stylistically it's designed and everything, and I think the queue in that would be amazing.
I need to watch that film again.
It's been a while.
I've only watched it
Yeah,
once
yeah.
and I didn't really get it. So I think my expectations were higher or too high for it. I definitely need to watch it again.
Oh no, I think that would be great. The neon and everything,
Yeah.
like I just the bright colors and the art style and everything on it. That would be amazing for a ride like that. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I believe Miss Ashley at one point even talked about, kind of putting in the real world aside from our third park about changing Rip Ride Rocket.
Oh yeah,
the Scott
Ashley
Pilgrim.
Ashley Robinson's always tried to pimp out Scott Pilgrim in the park.
I support you. Unfortunately, I didn't really have any dining location ideas. Did you guys have anything that came to mind with that cult film sort of type setting?
Shaun of the Dead, the Winchester.
And then basically we have Edgar Wright land at this point.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Yeah.
That sounds perfect to me.
Strangely, I'm
Yeah.
okay with this. The Winchester would be a great restaurant, though. I agree.
That'd be awesome. You'd have to have the jukebox playing Queen in the background. That would be cool.
You
And
could
then
just
every
have
now
an
and
occasional zombie claw at the window,
Well,
or
that's it.
stumble in.
You could do like a projection screen as the windows, and just every now and again, I'm like, dubba dubba dubba, and then the music. Oh, you could. Oh my god! Right, my head's just gone in so many amazing
Can I
places.
just say, as it's a running, pardon the pun, a running gag in each of the movies, the way in is to jump over the fences.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one's going to
You
collapse?
just have every like a rainforest cafe, like T-Rex type thing. Every half an hour, the jukebox stops, and a zombie
And
comes
Don't
to the
Stop
window.
Me
And
Now
I've-
starts.
no, just dubba 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 dubba, and then Queen comes in.
Lee, what if we just combined our ideas and the restaurant for your land became the Winchester?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy with anything Shaun. They need to
I
do
love Shaun of the Dead.
Halloween Horror Nights. They need a Shaun of the Dead house.
Well, I think we talked about it last episode. They had a room featured to it at one point, didn't they?
Did they, Darren?
That was during what year was the Usher?
I don't know.
But the Winchester was actually featured as a room.
It's quite
What?
old, Shaun of the Dead now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Must be 10 years old.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, we went to see it. Came out before the kids, so
Came out before the kids. You could have worded that better.
it came out before the kids came out. I didn't mean it like that. It didn't
You have
come out.
a Bill and Ted style eatery where you eat in Ted's room and Missy orders you a pizza.
Well, if we're doing cult films, I think there would have to be some sort of, due to how popular Rocky Horror is, I feel there's definitely a place for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that lands. But there's already a show, so I wouldn't want to take away from that. Just little things,
The Transvestite Cafe.
Yeah, all the waiters dressed up as... You could have, like, Rocky himself and...
Go on,
Yeah.
show your lack of knowledge.
What?
I was going to say, you could have Rocky himself, now show your lack of knowledge.
Frankenfurter.
And
They're the only two I know.
Yep.
Considering I've only ever seen the first 5 minutes, and that's the only 5 minutes I will ever see.
no, it's not. Lee's now going to be educated.
No. I even went to the cinema to see it and still chose to go to sleep.
I got up and danced in the aisles instead.
Anyway,
Okay, Tracy, go ahead with yours.
Right. Well, as I say, I had a 6-hour train journey. I had a panic on.
came up with
I forgot
6
about it.
ideas.
Well, no, I'll quickly whip through what
Oh,
I
God.
didn't. first thing I thought of was the Hunger Games.
Actually, I was
I'm a
going to do this at
huge
the
fan.
beginning. I meant to say, speaking of the Hunger Games, I know through talking to Eric and stuff that we've had it confirmed by 3 different places that Universal are actually working on acquiring the rights to the Hunger Games.
I see that replacing T2 more than anything.
Well, T2's apparently getting theatre upgrades soon, so I can't see that happening. Tracy's looking at me.
theater
It's replacing
upgrades,
the kids
replacing.
area. We know it already.
Anyway, sorry, Tracy. Go on.
Just drop your kids off and maybe pick them up.
Drop your kids off in the hunger-themed kid zone. They may or not come back.
One could hope.
Yeah, free Subway sandwich.
Anyway, my initial thought, being such a huge fan, was the Hunger Games. But with the recent news, I didn't want people to think I was being unoriginal, so I discounted that.
I actually think with the recent news, that's something we should go into as a discussion at some point. What they would come up with the Hunger Games.
Also, I wouldn't like to do a better job. I then thought,
There's a challenge.
what's huge? What's, it's huge here, it's huge in America. We aren't particularly fans. Doctor Who.
See,
thought
that
that
would
would-
do major business,
It
I
would,
think.
it would.
Yeah.
But again, I was like, yeah, but I want to enjoy writing about this, and I'm not a huge Doctor Who
Yeah, if
fan.
you're
I'd
building
go back to Tom
something-
Baker. That's my Doctor Who, and nobody wants to late 70s,
Yeah.
early 80s Doctor Who. I then thought, what else do I enjoy? Oh, Breaking Bad. I thought that could be quite funny. Let's learn how to make meth in a camper van. But then sort of
There's your
ran into a few-
restaurant, isn't it? The RV.
Ran into a few problems.
Los
but-
Pollos Hermanos.
Exactly. Then Sinnersley's made me sit through 4 of them. I thought, could we do a Paranormal Activity Land? Discounted that. Cause
Well, that's kind of where mine came
but
from.
who wants to sit in a restaurant, watch a door open and close slightly?
That's where the idea for My Land came from
I'm not
watching
surprised.
Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity.
Then I thought, right, what's one of my favourite films where there's food that's prominent? Came up with Pulp Fiction.
Ooh.
And I actually came up with quite a few little things there. You could have your big kahuna
You haven't gone for
burger.
this one, though, have you?
No.
Oh, no.
You can buy your $5 shake. You've got that diner with all the
Jack Rabbit Slims. Jack Rabbit Slims would be amazing.
You know,
need
fries
that.
with
That
mayo.
needs to be real.
Because they drown them in that, as they say.
Oh,
Pardon
my God.
I am quoting from a movie. It is not swearing.
You didn't quote exactly, otherwise I'd have had another beat to put in.
Well, yes. You could also have good coffee. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact line. Because he doesn't buy Again, I'm using that word again.
Really? It's like, for everybody listening, I actually started this because I didn't want to do any editing, and it's got worse than ever.
The
That's what I'm trying to-
diner,
Theme park is not very family friendly.
It's not at all, is it?
the diner,
Well, we haven't got there yet.
right, would serve blueberry pancakes and Captain Crunch. It would be called the Potbelly.
And bacon, you have to have bacon.
And bacon, yeah, would be called the Potbelly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Fabian's obsessed with getting, isn't it? I even came up with merchandise, quilts.
Have you
watches.
done a better job on a Pulp Fiction area than I would have done? And it's like,
Zed
I'm the biggest
keyrings.
Tarantino fan.
Plasters.
Plasters
Uh-huh.
for the back of your head.
Exactly, thank you. I was worried you weren't going to...
So
But what
Marcellus
I actually
Wallace's
went
soul came
with
out.
was something that I have watched...
Can I just jump in, right? I don't know what Tracy's Land is. Just so everyone, obviously, we live in the same house, has kept it a massive secret. I do not know.
Those who know me will not be surprised by this. This is one of my favourite childhood movies. I
Oh,
still watch it now.
no.
I introduced my kids to it as soon as I could.
Please say.
We're going retro, we're going back to the 80s. A Goonies Land.
So, yes, Goonies Land.
So
Go on
yes,
then.
we have Goonies Land. Right. So the centrepiece of this area is a giant pirate ship,
Okay.
which is a children's play area.
Have you noticed how Tracy's gone family friendly and the rest of us haven't?
I've
Yeah,
gone...
we needed some kind of redeeming quality here.
Well, that's it, don't you? You have one land that's a family land, and the rest can be whatever you want.
I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Goonies lately. I don't really consider that a kid-friendly film.
It has its moments, I must admit.
Yeah.
Go on.
All right. Nobody else got interrupted.
I didn't give people opportunity.
No, you keep opening your flaps. Shut up.
Pardon?
Yeah, so the centrepiece is a giant pirate ship, which is a children's play area. So they can slide down sails. They can hide from villains. They can swing on ropes, walk the plank, jump in the water. There will be water. It's not just
Obviously.
painted blue concrete.
Why would they want to jump in the water?
It's hot. Not the water. That'd be quite funny. You can jump in boiling water. It's a play area for the
swimming
kids.
Pool?
Yeah, can be. Whatever. Might be a paddling pool. Might be a puddle. Who knows? It rains a lot. Shut up. They can fight a giant octopus. Who doesn't want to do that?
Me.
So, a ride. One of my ride ideas, a 3D simulator, which is Escape the Fratellis.
Right.
So lots of twists and turns. You've got to run through the woods and not get run over by the car in the road, and just generally lots of peril and bouncing around the 3D.
So you're all right if you like the dark, but you hate nature.
Yeah, this is true. Another ride idea is a kiddie bike ride. Downhill, fast, exciting.
Attached to a car.
Attached to the side of a car. And at the end, again, we're going to go with a 3D.
They could do the Vekoma bikes,
like
Velocity at Flamingoland.
It's it's a little bit dangerous.
There's not many of them. I don't think there's any of them in America, actually, the Vekoma bikes.
Not in this either.
Okay.
Shut up! We have a walkthrough experience. Explore the underground tunnels. Find treasure. Booty traps.
Booty traps.
Booty traps.
Booty traps.
That's what I said. I'm saying booty traps.
Wishing well. And slides. And spider webs and nasties and things. You could have echoes. You could hear them coming. The Fratellis coming.
Oh, no, that would be cool. Yeah, just like speakers in the walls.
Yeah.
That would be cool. This one's still here.
I'm still here. I'm just listening intently.
A show. The Fratellis jailbreak stunt show.
Oh, no, that sounds good.
Lots of fire and explosions. And
awesome.
Gunshots. I also have food. A food court, I suppose. Ice cream sold by a dead guy.
Yeah.
Baby Ruth's. Sponsorship deal.
Ruth. Chewbacca wasn't in
Big slaughter Ruth this one.
Brown water.
Ruth.
Nobody's listening
Baby
to me anymore.
Ruth. Sorry, we're on. Go on.
Brown water.
Yeah, it has to be brown water.
I couldn't actually remember if there was anything else. I know there was. You could have the milkshake that splattered up against the window.
Tongue.
I'm not eating tongue.
Tongue. That's what she says to Mouth, isn't she? She said, "We already served tongue," and she.
Yes. Merchandising ideas. T-shirts, but of course they already exist.
Yeah.
One-eyed Willy eye patches.
See, that's just wrong.
Why?
One-eyed Willy.
Just shut up. Inhalers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chest expanders.
Yeah.
Data's inventions. You could have
Pinches of power.
Yeah, and then what the rocket shoes?
The suction cup things.
Yes, yeah. You could buy all of these
on his oil shoes.
Yep, I can't think what they're called. You can buy treasure, and you can buy treasure maps. So that's
awesome.
That's my land.
I would love to have a eatery there too. That is if they kind of built up the side rocks a little bit and made it look like the lagoon inside.
Yeah,
where the ship was. So maybe you have a view of the ship from the inside of the place.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
really
just
cool.
rocky. It's kind of like Mythos, but with a darker, a darker atmosphere around it.
So I thought,
and if you do the truffle shuffle, you get free dessert.
Yeah.
Tracy, what I think would be really cool for you is if you guys had an interactive scavenger hunt in the land.
That's a good idea.
That would be awesome.
Kind of like what I hate to use another Disney comparison, but kind of what they're doing with the Jack Sparrow and Adventureland.
Yeah.
That would be like a Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. That would be brilliant.
I like it. Let's do it.
See, the ride for me would do a raft ride. Where they go down into the lagoon.
See, if I had more time, I would have watched the movie again.
Kind of like Bill Drat.
No, it's we have that crappy thing at Lightwater Valley over here. The Falls of Terror, that type of thing. Basically, sort of Teamboat Springs type thing. That's a Blizzard Beach, but a smaller version of it. I don't know whether anyone's been.
No.
Because see, I see the Goonies working really, really well in kind of like a Splash Mountain sort of feel.
Yeah, definitely a water ride would be really cool.
Yeah,
that's a good.
That
idea.
would be cool.
Definitely.
Come on then, Darren, 'cause I know you're dying.
Okay. Well, if you know me, then you probably know where I'm going already.
Apparently,
Little
I don't
Pony.
know Darren then, because I went in the completely opposite
Are
direction.
we doing the Breaking Bad land?
Yeah.
The only place you can buy drugs legally in a theme park.
No.
You'd sell a hell of a lot of blue candy, though.
Yeah, very true. No, the thing I'm always most jealous about Hollywood is they have Courthouse Square. What I want to do is take Courthouse Square, take the courthouse half of it, because nobody ever sees the other half, like ever, pretty much, except for the first scene, the first cutout, and basically mirror it and have one half 1985 and the other half future 2015. So the two courthouses are facing each other on either side of the lake.
Right.
Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. In the actual courthouses themselves, this is just a little add-on thing. I'd like a museum of props from Back to the Future 1 in 1985's courthouse, and a museum of props from Back to the Future 2. And we're just like not going to even talk about Back to the Future 3 right now. That's not part of this place. Back to the Future 2 props and everything in the courthouse and on the 2 side. And of course, right where the mirrors meet up, I want Cafe 80s on one side. In the original cafe from the, I said 85, didn't I?
Yes.
I meant 55. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the 1955 cafe hooked up right next to the Cafe 80s on the other side. So just to get an idea of what it looks like there. And as for the ride, Leah already mentioned it. They already have. I couldn't really think of a ride that would incorporate hoverboards correctly without being incredibly dangerous. So I thought about those bikes that Lee's talking about before. It's like a roller coaster that's built on, or it's like motorbikes that are built on a roller coaster type platform.
Yeah, we have one at our local theme park. So you sit, your car's actually a bike. You sat on a bike in a bike position, and it's a linear induction launch coaster. And Jesus, does it take your breath away?
You leave your breath in the station.
It's probably the most intense launch coaster I've done, and I've done quite a few.
Well, you can't. It paralyzes your lungs, doesn't it, for about a second, because you can't breathe in, you can't breathe out.
Because it's quite a long launch as well.
Awesome.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Well, see, yeah, now, and this is why I want it, because I know they've got hover cars and they've got hoverboards, so they probably have hover bikes too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't in there, but it's just a little something I added onto it because I want everybody to have that view of
It's an artistic
above.
license.
Yeah, exactly. And I want you to have that view of above the courthouse square that you get in Back to the Future 2 when they're coming in and landing.
Yeah.
So I wanted that same kind of like feeling and idea. So have the track of that go all the way around the top of the buildings. Have that first launch you up to the top, and then have the second launch you around the circle, basically.
Yeah, so we're
around the
going
whole thing.
multiple launches then.
Yeah.
So cheetah hunt
I think most
style.
of them do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, definitely. So I thought that would be really neat. And as far as a show goes, of course, I think it's the Biff's Chasing Marty show. And it would take place around the whole courtyard square. So I think at like one point of the day they could like pull bleachers out or something. I don't know. They'll have to just figure out how to do that.
Well, didn't they used to do a police academy show in Hollywood, and that was just on the street?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
they could quite easily get away with doing that.
Yeah, and I want it to be like, half of it starts off, on one side in the 50s, and it's that race where, he pulls off the front of the scooter, the milk crate.
Yeah.
And, turns it into a skateboard and that race, and then have it switch over to the 2015 hoverboard, as they reach that point where it actually splits off. And, of course, have it culminate ultimately by crashing into the future courthouse.
Cool.
Cool indeed.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
So that was my idea.
I like it.
So all in all, yeah, let us know if you'd come visit our park.
Now,
I think it's pretty cool.
Wait for it. So we've got an alien land,
Mm-hmm.
a ghost town,
Right.
a Goonies land,
Mm-hmm.
a Back to the Future land,
Mm-hmm.
a
Edgar
cult
Wright.
movie or Edgar Wright, whichever way we go. There's your 5 lands. What's your park called? What would
Oh,
we call it?
Well, because we can't cuss, I feel I can't answer this properly.
the listeners come up with that.
And now that's a good idea. If you could come up with a name for that theme park that we like...
Darren and I will do the truffle shuffle.
We have a little something sat in the living room here, just a little prize I feel we could send
away.
over. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's something pretty that's from the parks that you can't buy.
Yeah. I think I might enter.
So if you want to email us in a name for the park and we really like it, then we'll send you a little something out, and the email address is anybody?
Podcast at uupodcast.gmail.com.
Without the Gmail.
Okay, it's podcast at uupodcast.com.
Cool.
That's the one.
I would go to that theme park.
That's just reminded me, can I jump in quickly? With you saying about competition and winning.
Yes.
We've had a competition running, our short story competition. The submissions were all sent off to Leonard Kinsey, and he had a good read of them. And I am very, very pleased to announce our winner was Sam Peck. So, yay!
Woo-hoo.
He wrote an awesome story.
Leonard's actually really impressed with it, wasn't he?
Yeah. So Leonard's in touch with Sam, and he's going to critique some work for him. And a Universal Marvel notebook has winged its way to Sam, and I know he's received it.
Cool.
So congratulations,
Well done.
Sam, and your work is really amazing. And thank you everybody who entered. Really enjoyed reading it all. And there will be another competition at some point soon.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Yes.
Are we going to have that up so people can check it out?
I'm going to talk to Sam about that and just get permission.
Okay.
And then I'll...
Very cool.
Yep. Awesome.
All right. Well, if nobody has anything else, I think that's going to do it for this show.
I enjoyed that.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit more of a casual approach. Hope you all enjoyed it.
I'm sure it'll get tightened up as things go along.
Yeah, definitely.
Our casual approach will get tighter, yes.
Yeah. Once we figure out how to be casual.
We're going to get even more casual, but we're going to do this by tightening up.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
Doesn't bode well, does it?
So, yeah. So, it's a good night, Internet, from me.
It's always a pleasure, folks.
Night from me.
Night. See you later, everyone.
And I would just like to let everyone know that you're my density.
Well, that just about does it for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. We'd love for you to get in touch. So follow us all on Twitter at UUO Podcast, at UUOP Tracy, at UUOP Darren, and at UUOP Eric. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/unofficial Universal Podcast. Follow us on Instagram by searching UUO Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/UUO Podcast. Don't miss a show by subscribing to us on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a review. Not an Apple user? No problem. Just find the show at uuopodcast.libsyn.com and subscribe to the feed while you're there. Send us your spews, funny schmits, live reports, and any other comments at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And come find us on the forums and say hello at our partner site, micechat.com. So thanks for listening, and until next time, remember, live the adventure.
This has been a MicePod.com presentation.
MiceChat.com